In this video, listing agents and teams learn how to utilize Glide's transaction timeline. We show you how to create a timeline by extracting dates from the C.A.R. form Residential Purchase Agreement, share a timeline with key dates with others, use the Notifications tool to receive or send reminders, sync your Google or Outlook calendar. To use the timeline tool, you need to complete two steps: accept an offer, change the status of a transaction to under contract. To change the status, go to the Glide homepage and select a transaction. Click the Status tab on the top menu and select Under Contract. The Transaction Timeline box displays at the top of the screen. Click Start Timeline. Now we're ready to create a timeline. Glide scans the offer document and pulls out key dates, so we need to upload that file. After you click Start Timeline, click Continue. Click the Add Document button and select an option. In this example, we add the offer from the Glide transaction. Select the offer document and click the Add Document button. In this example, we select the RPA. Click Continue. The next step is to set the offer acceptance date. This date is the timeline baseline, so be careful and get it right. The timing of all milestone tasks refers back to the date of acceptance. Click the field and use the calendar to select the date. Click Next. In the left window, Glide displays a list of key timeline milestones and dates. In the right window, Glide displays the relevant section in the offer document. Here are some key date features. Glide applies the default selection if another time is not specified in the RPA. The timeline tool skips non-applicable weekends and holidays. Users can select a fixed date or add custom key dates. The next step is to scroll through the list of milestones and accept or change each timeline date. Click a milestone. To accept the date, click the box and save. You can change a date, but remember, changing a timeline date does not change the dates or conditions in an accepted offer. And make sure your timeline changes conform to the conditions in the offer. To edit a date, click the milestone, then click the three-dot button and select Edit. Change the number of days and select how to count the days, calendar or business. You can also change the baseline from date of acceptance to escrow. Finally, you can exclude holiday and weekends or ignore the baseline altogether and enter a fixed date. You can add milestones and dates to the timeline. Click the Key Date button at the top of the page and then enter the required information. Click Save. After you finish, click the Done with Timeline button. Now we're almost ready to email a timeline to interested parties. The first step is to add names and email addresses to a contact list. The default setting is listing side parties. You can add parties from the buy side as well as others. Select a folder and click Add New Party. Select a role and then follow the workflow. When you finish, click Continue. The final step is to compose a message. Click Compose an Email. Select a sender. Click the To field and select parties from your contact list. Add a message, that's optional. When you finish, click Send. Here's another optional feature. Glide can send a notification before a milestone date arrives. Go to the Transaction Overview page and click the Timeline button. Click a milestone with no active reminder. Click Add a Reminder. Click the Type field and select an option, email, SMS, or both. Enter a number and then click the field and select days or weeks before the milestone date arrives. You can add another reminder. Click Save. To edit a reminder, click a tab, make changes, and click Save. If you want, add timeline dates to your Google or Outlook calendar. Click Next to add timeline dates to a Google calendar. Link Glide to your Google account, and then click Next. Glide automatically adds dates to your calendar. After you sync your calendar once, updates to the Glide timeline are automatically reflected in the calendar. That's it, we're done. In this video, listing teams learned how to create and share a timeline.